And well. Welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm Watsu K99. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. Here we go. Jets versus Browns. The Jets coming off their bye week, and they host Cleveland, 1 p.m. MetLife Stadium, and it's going to be a barn burner. The Jets come in this game at 1-7, and the Browns come in this game at 2-6. The toilet bowl is pretty much what this is. So we're going to go ahead and break down these matchups, each side of the ball, give you a couple of game notes to watch out for. I've got my bowl predictions video / score prediction video that is already up, so go check that out if you haven't already. Let's break down these matchups. We're going to start when the Jets are on defense and defending the Cleveland Browns offense. So the Browns offense is in transition right now. They have a new offensive play caller and their offensive coordinator, Tommy Rees. He takes the duties over from head coach Kevin Stefanski. Now, Tommy Rees has only called plays in college, never in the NFL. Been there at Notre Dame, been there at Alabama. He is a disciple of Brian Kelly. So what that typically means is a run-focused attack, 2 tight ends in the lineup most of the time. And he's coming into a situation where Cleveland is gaining 263.5 yards per game, only 15.8 points per game. That's bottom 5 in the NFL. Their quarterback right now is rookie Dillon Gabriel. He's the left-handed thrower of the football. He's played 6 games, completed 85 of 142 passes. That's a 59.9 completion percentage, 702 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He does not have a very strong arm. He is averaging only 5 yards per pass attempt. There is no other team in the NFL right now that is under 6 yards per pass attempt. Translation, the Browns do not have a very efficient passing offense most of the time. So it's going to be about their running game, and that may be the pivotal part of this game. The Cleveland running attack against the Jets run defense, which, by the way, just traded its best run defender away. The Cleveland has rookie Quinshon Judkins at running back, 118 carries, 486 yards. It's about 4.1 yards per carry, 5 touchdowns, no fumbles. He is coming off a shoulder injury, so we'll see if he is the bell cow carrier for this game or if he is splitting duties. And if he does that, it'll be with Jerome Ford, who's been with Cleveland for a couple of years. To me, Jerome Ford is basically Bilal Powell. He's a nice, reliable runner. He's not flashy, but he's tough. You can use him when needed. You just don't want to necessarily have to rely on him. And Cleveland's play calling to me has been very questionable. They have run only 37% of the time. That's 3rd lowest in the league. They also have gotten 3.8 yards per rush. That's 3rd lowest as well. Now, when they do throw the ball, who have they got? Well, there's Jerry Jeudy, their number 1 wide receiver, 22 catches on 54 targets, 257 yards, and no touchdowns. So, a year after catching 90 passes, he got to 1,000 yards, first time in his career. Jeudy is on pace to finish with 48 catches and 546 yards. Not so good. And, of course, we get to say hello to our old friend, Jets icon, future Ring of Honor member, Malachi Corley. Malachi Corley, he has played 4 games, 2 catches for 17 yards. Cedric Tillman, he is designated to return after missing the last 5 weeks. What I'm most focused on, though, is the tight end attack. The Browns have one of the best 1-2 punches at tight end in the league. They have David Njoku, who is a Jets killer. He's got 41 catches, 250 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then you have Harold Fannin Jr. And I just got to tell you, Harold Fannin was my second favorite tight end in this class behind Tyler Warren, over Colston Loveland, over Mason Taylor. And I got a little bit of flack over that, but Fannin is now the team's leading receiver. 38 catches, 352 yards, 2 touchdowns, 16 first downs. All of those are team highs. But it is important to know he is questionable for this game with a hamstring injury. So that, I think, can really limit the Browns' offense if he is unable to go. And the Jets have to cover the middle of the field well. They have not done that all that great this year. The safeties have to play much better than they did against Cincinnati. Specifically, their tackling needs to be cleaner. So I'm watching for that. And then with the offensive line, well, Cam Robinson is in at left tackle, acquired in a trade with Jacksonville with DeJuan Jones out. And after that, you have a lot of incumbents. Joel Bitonio, Ethan Posich, Wyatt Teller, Jack Conklin. They've all been in place for a couple of years now. I want to see the Jets crowd the box, take Quinshon Judkins out of the game as best they can, and dare Dillon Gabriel to beat them. The Jets have not been good at getting a pass rush. I would like to see a little bit more blitzing this week. Make Dylan Gabriel. Think, and let's see if he can make the right calls. But maybe if you pressure him, he makes some mistakes, and the Jets can pick him off. All right, let's do what we always do. Let's flip the script when the Jets are on offense going against this Browns defense. This Browns defense is good. They've allowed 276.9 yards per game, second in the NFL, but they've allowed 23 points per game. That's only 17th in the league. So interesting to note that. What Cleveland does very well is stop the run. The defense allows 3.6 yards per rush, second best in the league. And the defensive line is highlighted by the MGs, Booker T and the MGs. Of course, you have Myles Garrett, 10 sacks, that's second in the NFL, only to Brian Burns, 15 tackles for a loss. You had rookie Mason Graham at defensive tackle. A lot of Jet fans loved him pre-draft, but the Jets just had other needs. He's looking solid, 17 tackles, 2 sacks. You also have Malik Collins in the middle, 2.5 sacks, 3 tackles for a loss. Now, linebacker is going to be interesting. Carson Schlesinger is that linebacker. He is their leading tackler, but he has not practiced this week. He has a high ankle sprain. It was suffered 2 weeks ago. Right now, he's being listed as questionable. Now, if he could suit up and play well coming off a high ankle sprain 2 weeks later, that's pretty tough. I don't really expect him to be at full strength, even if he does play. But then you have Devin Bush, 57 tackles, 4 tackles for a loss. I would still, if I'm the Jets, focus on running in this game, but you have to do it creatively. Don't just send Breece Hall up the middle between the tackles. It's not really a deal where the Browns are remarkably better at run defense or pass coverage. They do have a pretty good secondary. More on that in a moment. But I think the Jets just need to use their best players regardless of what you face at defense. Rely on Breece, work Garrett Wilson back in now that he's ready to go. Let Justin Fields use his legs a couple of times. Tanner Eckstrand needs to keep showing he has a good feel for the game. I feel pretty good about this offensive coordinator, but he's got to keep doing it. Know when to take chances, know when to hold back. Get creative in the play calling when you need to. And if Schlesinger is not there, I could see some communication lapses, in the second level of the defense for Cleveland. In the secondary, you've got Denzel Ward, fantastic cornerback 1. Tyson Campbell, acquired from the Jaguars in a trade. Martin Emerson on IR, another very good corner. He will not play. I'll be interested to see how the Jets use their wide receivers in this game. Obviously, you have Garrett Wilson. As long as he's healthy, he's playing every snap. But now you've added John Mechie and you've added A.D. Mitchell in trades. And I hope they get chances. Josh Reynolds is still on IR. But I wonder how this affects players like Arian Smith. He's been playing a lot over the last few weeks, playing about 50% of the snaps. Hasn't been overly productive, but we've seen a flash here and there. Tyler Johnson has been sneaky good, and I don't think a lot of people are really giving him credit. He is able to stretch the field. He can make plays of 15, 20 yards down the field. Right now, I would expect Tyler Johnson to be the starter opposite Garrett Wilson. And let's see how Mechie and Mitchell get used. And let's just hope we don't have to see Alan Lazard because there is absolutely no point in using him any further. A couple other game notes. At kicker, the Browns have Andre Schmidt. I'm pronouncing that as best I can. His name has is 5 consonants. Anyway, he's 10 for 13 on field goals, has a long of 55. Nick Folk remains perfect through 8 games. And I want to mention this, both teams coming off their bye week. And I think that says a lot about head coaches, how you come out of the gate after a bye. And both these teams are notoriously bad after the bye. The Jets all-time after their bye are 17-26. That is the 3rd worst mark in the NFL by percentage, only ahead of Seattle and Cincinnati. Cleveland, not much better, 16-22. I believe they're 5th worst all-time in the NFL after the bye. So let's see what happens. 1 p.m. Sunday. I know it's not the most exciting game, but I am curious to see how these kids play, especially after all the trades the Jets made. Do they come out ready to play, or are they demoralized? It's going to be very interesting to watch. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for supporting. And I'll see you all right back here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair.